provide you some updated information that we now have clarified and be able to expand on. And as indicated, the off-duty personnel who have family in the school were in effect the first responders on scene. And I'll identify three of them. Detective Daniel Finn, Santa Clarita Sheriff Station Detective Bureau. He had just dropped off a family member at the school and was exiting or driving away from the school along the perimeter when he saw all the children running away from the sound of the gunfire, and he turned around and became the very first person on scene. He was accompanied by Officer Sean Yanez from Inglewood Police Department, and then Officer Gus Ramirez from LAPD. So the three of them were the very first on scene. They entered the school literally within seconds of the shooting. They were followed within a minute by uniformed personnel from the Sheriff Station. At approximately 7:41 a.m., they were on scene inside the quad area where the shooting took place. And as indicated earlier, there was trauma kits available at the school for mass casualties. They were deployed by this personnel. Then Deputy James Callahan, who's a Santa Clarita School Resource Deputy, moments later, and he assisted in this process. So this is it's a tragedy every way you look at it, but there's a silver lining behind this, is the fact that off-duty first responders were there and did not hesitate, turned around and went right into the source of the gunfire to attempt to neutralize it. And they rendered first aid immediately. As soon as they discovered the 6 victims, they saw the handgun was there, they realized there was not a pending threat immediately, and they tended to the care of all of their lives, and my hat's off to them. And it's an important message for everyone who's listening to this, and you're concerned you have your children. I have my grandchildren of that same age in school. We always wonder what's going to happen, how do we keep our kids safe, but it's good to know that there's men and women out there as first responders and law enforcement and fire departments that are going to go to the source of the danger. They're going to put themselves in harm's way, and they're going to definitely take care of business. So that is a good it's a good message. Let people know that we can handle these. As tragic as these events are, we're definitely, now we're in the recovery phase. We're just initiating the investigative process. So I'm going to turn it over now to Captain Ken Wegner, Homicide Bureau.
Thank you, Sheriff. I just want to briefly update you on the investigation as it takes place today. Investigators are proceeding with the interview process of the victims and the witnesses that were identified from the school. However, we also realize that there are those that left the scene as soon as possible, maybe picked up by parents and went directly home. If there is anyone out there that has information that was a witness, that has information either from today or historical information about the circumstances leading up to this shooting, I encourage them to call Sheriff's Homicide Bureau at area code 323-890-5500. We will take your name and information, and we will have Sheriff's investigators respond to your location to interview you about the information that you have. I spoke earlier about a search warrant that was pending at the 22900 block of Sycamore Creek Drive in Santa Clarita. I can report that that search warrant has been signed and has been served, and investigators are processing what we believe to be the suspect's residence for any indicia, any evidence related to this incident. I also want to acknowledge, and I believe most of you have reported on this, posting on the bio of what we believe to be the subject's Instagram account. And I quote, it says underneath his pseudonym, "Saugus, have fun at school tomorrow." I can confirm that that was posted on his account, and I can also confirm that it has been changed since this incident, which means there is somebody else that has access to this account, be it a hacker or be it a friendly who has his password. So that was posted at one point, and we are aware of it, and we are researching the source, when it was placed, and when it was taken down. We have not yet established a motive or a nexus between the subject and his victims, other than to say they were all students at the high school together. At this point, I would like to introduce Paul Delacourt from the FBI.
Good afternoon. I'm Paul Delacourt, the Assistant Director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles Field Office. I know I speak for all the FBI personnel by offering our deepest condolences to the families and friends of the innocent children who lost their lives today, and the families and friends of those who were seriously injured as well. The FBI is continuing to provide assistance to the LA County Sheriffs in terms of investigative resources and technical resources, digital media exploitation, social media exploitation, and the personnel necessary to support any other leads that where we can assist. At this time, we have no reason to believe that the subject was acting on behalf of any other group or any ideology. We have no reason to believe there's any threat or any co-conspirators at this time. But this is day one of the interviews and the exploitation, and things could change. The investigation, of course, is ongoing. We will be thorough alongside the Sheriff's Department to follow any leads that we can to leave no stone unturned. In the meantime, we will seek to assist with the families of the victims and the witnesses to any extent that we can. And while I'm here to offer condolences, and I recognize this is an operational and a clinical briefing, I want to let you know, reassure you that the FBI, the Department of Justice, our state and county and local partners, we talk about this. We work on this problem all the time, this problem of targeted violence and threat to life. We are calling these press conferences, we're having these instances happen way too frequently in our society. And we are working together across the jurisdictions for a cross-disciplinary, whole of society approach. We are working on this problem every day to find a solution. Now that may be small consolation today because the tragedy has a face, and the face is our community today. But I want you to know that we are working diligently across the country and here in our area to make sure that we don't have any more incidents at this time. Thank you.
A couple of things I want to add to this. One is for tomorrow, the William S. Hart School District will be closed for class, and that includes obviously Saugus High School, and all other school districts will remain open, and there are 5 for the Santa Clarita Valley. En español, para darle más información, estamos procesando la escena del crimen. Son 2 lugares, está en la residencia y está en la escuela. Pero resulta que tres policías fuera de servicio que tenían familiares dentro de la escuela fueron los primeros que respondieron a la llamada de emergencia y llegaron ahí en segundos. Un alguacil de nosotros fue el detective Daniel Finn. Él vio a los estudiantes corriendo, huyendo del peligro, y el oficial Sean Yanes de la policía de Inglewood y el oficial Gus Ramírez de la policía de Los Ángeles. Los 3, no importó el peligro, fueron al sonido, donde estaba el peligro, y encontraron los 6 heridos de balas y ofrecieron primeros auxilios, y llegó una 4ª persona que es el alguacil James Callahan, que él es alguacil designado en la escuela como un recurso para la escuela. Tuvieron equipos de trauma para ofrecer esos primeros auxilios, que eso fue clave para asistir a los doctores aquí en el hospital para disminuir la pérdida de sangre y aumentar la posibilidad de que la gente pueda sobrevivir estas tragedias. Y es importante entender que hay gente, los oficiales, aunque no estén en servicio, siempre están disponibles a arriesgar su vida para salvar a los niños en las escuelas. No tengan pendiente los papás que tengan sus hijos en las escuelas en toda la nación. Estamos aquí, y en todos los policías, todos los bomberos a través de toda la nación, estamos aquí para servir y para ayudar, para disminuir la posibilidad que haya más víctimas en estos tipos de crímenes. Y quiero agradecer al FBI también la asistencia que están proveyendo a los detectives de homicidio en este caso. Right.
Sheriff, is the suspect at this hospital, you can say, and is he expected to live?
The suspect currently is in grave condition, and that's about as far as we can go with that.
You can't say the hospital.
What is the suspect's name?
The suspect is a minor, and it is not the policy of the department to release the names of minors.
Parker was an adult. Two people died. You gotta put out.
The person still remains anonymous as long as they're a minor.
As far as the post goes, Sheriff, as far as the post goes, did anyone see that? Did anyone report that? And when was it actually posted?
The post was discovered that we are aware of this morning and it was, as the captain said, it was very quickly removed from the account.
So there's no time for someone to call and say, hey, you better look out, you better watch out.
By the time we were aware of it, the tragedy had already happened.
And there's absolutely no report of this guy having any problems with anyone before or anything?
Keep in mind what was posted. It said, have a nice day. Saugus, have a nice day at school.
Yeah, but in this day and age,
There's nothing threatening about that. Okay. I mean, if we responded to those kind of things, we would be doing nothing but chasing our tail. So there was nothing threatening about that. That obviously, in context now, it may have some significance. But we don't know when it was posted. We don't know when it was taken down.
Could I ask from one of you, Sheriff or the Captain, do we know, based on the video, how long a time period this was from the time the suspect pulled the weapon till he shot himself?
I did see the video, and within approximately 16 seconds, it was over, and the gun was not displayed before that. So from the time that he withdrew the handgun from his backpack to the time that he was on the ground with a gunshot wound to his head was about 16 seconds.
so he wasn't roaming around the campus looking for individuals to shoot. Just people who were near him, that's who he shot.
He was not.
And you can't prove that one of the people he shot is his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend?
We have no indication that there's any nexus between the victim and the subject, except the fact that they were all students there. That we haven't established anything more than that
I
yet.
understand that you don't want to give out the name of the minor. It's not necessarily the case when we see these situations happen. However, why can't you confirm that that suspect might be in this hospital being treated?
Well, as a matter of practicality, whenever we have a subject in custody or a suspect in custody, we'll never divulge the location of that person because for security reasons.
Sheriff, can you clarify that the person here in the hospital is not the suspect?
The shooting then appeared to be random. He just fired at whoever was in front of him.
That's what it appeared to be.
Okay.
How many kids are dead? You know that there were 2 kids that died at this hospital. Is the suspect or is it a victim?
There are 2 victims who have since deceased. There is a third that is in grave condition
And that's all hospitals.
across all hospitals.
Okay.
Can you clarify the person here at the hospital is critical, is not the suspect, and is a victim?
All I can confirm is that there is one person here who is in critical condition.
This is not the suspect.
Can I clarify this sort of like a little puzzle here? The surgeon said the person here is in critical condition. Do you have a grave condition category at this hospital or not?
He's in critical condition.
Okay.
We don't have a grave condition.
Okay, so now you're saying the person's in grave condition. This hospital does not have that category. When you say grave condition, is that coming from the hospital or from you?
That's the terminology we're using, but we're going to defer to the medical experts. If they call it critical, it is critical.
How do you know it was 16 seconds?
Because I watched the video and the timeline. I did.
Are there any critical patients at any other hospitals?
We wouldn't know that.
The gun was a .45 semi-auto pistol. And that's about all the detail we can release. That is part of the process of investigation.
Registration on the gun?
That we can't reveal at this time.
About the message again, you had said something earlier that it had been changed since the shooting, which means he couldn't have changed it because he had already shot himself. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay.
So doesn't that give you reason to think maybe somebody else is in on it?
We don't believe so.
What's it going to change? Well, somebody's obviously like trying to cover his tracks, right?
Yes and no. It's hard to say what the motivation is for whoever changed it, whether it's a third party that doesn't know him, hacked his account, whether it's somebody that he gave access to. We don't know. We're looking into it. We're investigating it.
What does it say now? Originally, what does it say?
I can't tell you what it says now. All I know that it's changed somewhat.
Was the gunman itself, or was it one of the off-duty officers?
The gunman was stopped when he shot himself in the head.
And it sounds like, Captain, that you're fairly confident, although you're not 100%, that the suspect did post that himself last night.
I have no idea when he posted it, and I don't know who posted it. I know it was posted on an account that we believe was belonging to the subject.
So this guy has absolutely no clue, anything. What we have today is someone who woke up on his birthday and just randomly went to a school and shot at people. No warning, no nothing, no indication, nothing could have been done to protect anyone from the school.
Not at this point. That's accurate.
That's what you're saying.
That's accurate, yes.
Have authorities been called to his home? Is there a history of child services, county sheriffs going, deputies?
So excuse me. We are researching the other agencies. I can tell you that there's nothing notable in the sheriff's database leading to that.
What do you mean nothing notable?
There's no recent calls that would indicate that there was turmoil at that house.
Can you respond to the name is Nathaniel Burhow? That's the name that's going around. Can you shake your head yes or no?
It's our policy. We will not discuss the identity of minors, period.
And as far as the possible issues before, I assume you've been in contact with local authorities. Are you aware of any issues that have brought law enforcement to his home or involving him in the past, either your agency or any agency?
Well, we are the local authorities, so our agency has not been there recently.
So just to clarify, he did not run from classroom to classroom, go into a choir area, running willy-nilly. He just stayed in that compound area. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he stayed there. He withdrew the gun. He used the firearm until he shot himself and was right there in the quad with the firearm.
I'm sorry, folks. Slow down.
Patients who are two at Holy Cross, those female patients are okay. You've got one that was released from Olive View. You had four that were brought here, two deceased, a male and a female. One released this afternoon. What's left is a person in critical condition. And that person in critical condition, which may be called grave condition, that's the only person we know of that is somewhere in a hospital. Can we surmise that that's the suspect? Sheriff. Hamlin?
Sheriff, can you do a list of all the people who went to all the hospitals, all 7 people? Because it's confusing between this hospital and the other hospitals. Just give us a breakdown of those 7 people.
The point that we do not release the location of a suspect or a subject who's in custody is for security reasons. But based on this line of questioning from everybody, it doesn't take a mental giant to understand that the person who was here is at. So now we're going to have to double or triple our security measures because of that. But that is the whole point.
So we have time for 2 more questions.
Have any charges been drawn up? Any charges been drawn up for
No.
still alive?
Can we ask the surgeon, the chief surgeon, the difficulty that you went through today? You're a father. You live in this area. We've talked to surgeons before. This is not an easy. It was probably very difficult for you. Can you describe your emotions?
It is a very difficult process for any father, let alone a trauma surgeon as well, especially with the gravity of the children, essentially, and family. And all the trauma surgeons feel the same way. A lot of disconcerted feelings and feelings of why, which we won't be able to answer. And that's usually the feeling that everyone has. Same feelings that you would have or the community has. And our trauma surgeons feel the same way too.
Sheriff Villanueva, ¿le puedo hacer una pregunta en español, Sheriff Villanueva? Sí, en español. En relación a ese video que vio su asistente, los 16 segundos, ¿qué es lo que se ve para que la gente pueda entender?
Lo que se ve en los 16 segundos fue el estudiante o el sospechoso llegó al área, lo que llama el quad, donde están los más jóvenes de la escuela secundaria, y tenía una mochila y estuvo ahí por un tiempo no haciendo nada más que mirando al vacío, y sacó la mochila y de la mochila sacó la pistola 45, disparó una vez y después de un tiempo arregló algo de la pistola que no funcionó y disparó unas 4 veces más, un total de 5 víctimas, y después la última bala lo reservó para su propio uso. Ajá.
Okay. Actually, so we're actually going to wrap this up now, and I'd like to just thank you all for coming. These people will be here for a while. If you'd like to talk to them individually, but thank you very much.
Sharon, pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you guys for all your help.
Hopefully not on this occasion again, but thank you for being here.
You're not kidding.
You know me. Come on, Jersey girl. Jersey girl. I don't do camera. Come on.
Remember that.
Hi, Larry. What's going on with you?